Yeah, this shit's getting weird, man. And I never would have expected it to get to this point. But now the IRL streaming culture has now become so brain dead to the point where people are not valuing their own fucking lives. It's insane what we're witnessing within the streaming culture. And I don't know why it became like this. Actually, I do know why. Attention, all right? When you do stupid shit on the internet in front of people and you harass people in public, a lot of people are going to watch it and hate it. And also, it's like a true statement that bad publicity is still good publicity because, yes, it does still bring in views. When you act like an asshole and harass everyday people in public, in stores and malls and other places of the real world, and you get a lot of hate, it still brings in publicity in which you can monetize. But the problem is lying in that people think that they are fucking invincible just because they have a camera recording. I have never seen anything like this in my life, chat, and I tell you where it all went wrong. It all went wrong with YouTube pranks. YouTube pranks opened up a brand new door of content that we never saw before. As a kid growing up in the early 2010s, the late 2010s, prank videos were booming, all right? People going outside, harassing people, doing all kinds of stupid shit to people in person. It created a doorway to open that IRL content space in which it is now transferred into live IRL content space. And the problem lies in that those YouTube prank videos, most of them were fake. You know what I'm saying? Other than Vitaly and all this other shit. He almost went to prison. He went to Philippines. It was crazy, right? Most of those pranks were fake. Sometimes they were real, but sometimes they were fake. I don't know if you guys remember that one guy that went up to that dude at Chick-fil-A and was harassing him, and he got shot in his stomach, and he was like, oh my God, I'll never do that shit again because it was the most painful thing he's ever experienced in his life. A lot of people didn't learn from that situation, but instead transferred the stupidity of IRL content into a live space in which they think that they're invincible, all right? And it gets to a point where, yeah, motherfuckers would be assholes in person and be doing all kinds of stupid shit to harass people for content. But now it has gotten to the point where people do not value their lives in any shape or form just because of the content that they're trying to upload on the internet, right? And I have a great example here. Chud the Builder, right? Chud the Builder was an IRL live streamer that was going around Memphis, Tennessee, a city that has a high population of black people, and going around and calling those said black people the N-word, right? And you see what happened within the month or two of him blowing up, right? It hit a fucking peak in which he is now going to prison and has a $1.2 million bond for shooting a veteran because he was harassing them, and the veteran said, hey, get the hell away from me, and he shot him, all right? And it's just like, you don't value your life in any sense and form because you thought that the camera was going to save you from the consequences of the real world. And I think a lot of these streamers don't understand that. You are not having an argument in a comment section, and you're trying to bring Instagram comment section logic to an actual situation in the real world. It doesn't make sense, and I don't know why people think like this, because when you're dealing with people, every single thing is illogical. You're trying to base your logic on another fucking person that has experienced a entirely different life from you, all right? So in your mind, you're thinking, hey, I can call these black people the N-word and they're not going to do anything to me because you've been convinced by the internet of a comment section that nothing's going to happen to you. And you wake up and you see the consequences of your actions, and now you might go to prison for 25 plus fucking years because you thought that the real world was a comment section. And that's where it's just like, yo, what the fuck is happening within the IRL content space? And there's another situation that just happened today, which was even more insane. So it's this guy on Instagram, right? I guess he got into an argument with some dude. This is in Denver, Colorado, and they're both armed with firearms. They both have handguns on them, right? He pulls out his damn camera and starts following the guy that has a gun and harassing him. He's like, oh, you ain't gonna up that blick on nobody. The other guy that has the gun that's being recorded, he starts backing up. He's like, hey man, leave me alone. Leave me alone. He starts running away. Mind you, remember, they both have firearms, okay? He's like, bro, leave me alone. He's running away from this guy, and he's still recording him. Oh, you ain't gonna up that blick on me. You ain't gonna do this. And it gets to the point where the guy that he was chasing was so scared that he shot him, and the guy that was recording is dead. And I look at this whole situation as not a single point in that moment did you value your life. Not one time did you value your life. And I feel like the IRL streaming and showing all these IRL clips on the internet has infected the minds of younger people, because it is very younger people that are doing this, like Gen Z my age, in which they think that they're invincible. And I'm like, wait a second. The guy had a gun. You had a gun. He runs away from you, telling you to leave him alone. He still has a gun. You're chasing him recording him, you have a gun, and it gets to the point where he shoots and kills you, and now you're, what's going on? How did this happen? You didn't value your life. You didn't value your life, and I feel like this IRL content stream is the result of fucking people doing dumb shit on the internet and having to deal with the consequences of that, to the point where, like I said, you're going to prison or you die. It's like I don't understand what is going on within this content space. It's one thing to go in public and act like a fucking fool, right, and harass people and just basically be an asshole, right? It's another thing to not value your life. It's like, why would you chase somebody with a firearm? And same thing goes for Chud Builder. Why would you go into a majority black city and call people the N-word on a live stream with your entire fucking face in the live stream, and then egg people on to say, hey, you ain't gonna do nothing to me, and then now you're in prison? Now it's like what the, nobody is listening. Nobody is understanding the consequences, and the majority of people that are suffering from those consequences are my age, Gen Z, because they think that they're fucking invincible, because they've been convinced by a fucking device, a phone, to actually think that, hey man, I could do the dumbest shit possible and still live a normal life. No, you can't. When you're dealing with people, like I said, people that have lived completely different lives from you, you don't know how they're going to react, all right? You don't know anything. That's why I try to tell people. I say, you can be as logical as possible, all right, on the internet. You can, I got the facts, I got this. But when it comes to real life, you're not dealing with logical people all the time. You could come across a fucking psychopath that's like, yo, did you just say that to me in front of, and did he just shoot you? Like, you don't, especially in the United States, it's like, yo, first of all, there's more guns than people in this country. I wouldn't be trying anybody, because everybody and their mama is armed. Like, what are we doing here? You're chasing down somebody that has a firearm? Like, what? I tell you, chat, and I think the result of all of this stupidity is that IRL content. It's the IRL streams. It's the meta glasses. It's the going out and doing dumb shit in person and getting a ton of views, getting a ton of hate, and getting some bad and good publicity. And then you're like, oh my God, I can do that too. Oh, this guy's doing it on Instagram. I want to do it as well. And it's just like, dude, you don't know the consequences of your actions when you do that type of content with other people in the real world, especially the fucking United States of America, which, like I said, there are more guns than people here. You got to think, bro. And I think that's what people aren't thinking. It's just like, oh, wait, oh my God, look at the views, look at the money, look at the bad bitches. Oh my God, I got to do that. No, bro, please just think. For the love of God, think. That's all I got to say. Shout out to the coalition.